So, old people are pretty nice. And I know not everyone's going to agree to that, but that's just my opinion from my experiences. The old people I've been around have usually been super nice, and so they have a pretty good rep with me. To me, they've always been so calming and just so pure with the way they talk to people. I would try to explain, but I've never been very good at explaining things, so let me talk about a few examples to try to make up for that. In my junior year of high school, I took an online class. During that class, I was in a computer lab with other kids taking online classes, and somebody there was there to just watch over us. He was a pretty old dude. He was around his 80s, and he was the best old dude, the best. He always had the assignments and the due dates for every class on the board, and it wasn't even really necessary because if you wanted to know your class's due dates, you could literally just go to the website they gave you, go to the right side of the website, and it's just laid out for you. But doing that little extra thing to help the kids, he wasn't even really required to help, just brought a really peaceful vibe to me. He would also always just give us lots of life advice and stories of his life and his family, which is just another thing I love about old people because, nothing beats old people stories. They're like top 5 things to live for. I don't really remember any of his stories, but I do remember a conversation I had with him that was kind of a story, so I'm going to talk about that. So for the school's online classes, you take finals about a week before the rest of the school took finals. That meant the day of the finals for the school, you didn't have to go to class. But I went because I had nowhere else to go. So I was the only one there, and me and the advisor guy had about an hour and a half to kill. So eventually we did start talking, and we just had lovely, lovely conversations. He started talking about how writing is a great outlet for stress and stuff, and showing me the documents on his screen where his rants were, and he pulled up one and started explaining the situation and reading to me what he wrote, and that was one of the best school experiences because it was like a wise lamb reading me a bedtime story, and it was just great. I know I said earlier I remember the conversation, but as I was recalling it, I realized I didn't remember jack doo-doo about what happens to that description you're gonna get. Sorry, folks. Moving on, another great old person I knew was my grandma. She was always so delicate with everything she touched. It was so great to watch. It's like you could feel it on your skin. Every time my family and I went to visit, she crocheted some like washcloths, and they were always so pretty, so we never actually touched them or used them, and that sounds weird, but we loved them. And she had this collection of leaves, and man, an old person being delicate with a collection of pretty and delicate things. How can you top that? You can't. It was the peak. Bob Ross can't even compete. Man, it was what to live for. I loved it whenever she showed me her leaves. Yeah, just thinking about it was just scrumptious. Scrumptious to the mind. Anyways, story of the video, I couldn't explain why old people relax me, so I tried to talk about 2 different old people and couldn't give any details on why it was actually relaxing, so I think that was mission accomplished for the day. Goal completely missed. Have a great day.